Surviving the Game, the 1994 action thriller that dared to ask the age-old question, what happens when you combine a homeless man, a group of rich hunters, and the great outdoors? Spoiler alert, it gets wild, both on and off the screen. Directed by Ernest R. Dickerson and starring Ice-T and Gary Busey, this film took the manhunt concept to a new level. Before Ice-T was cast, Wesley Snipes was in talks for the lead role. Snipes ultimately turned it down for another project, opening the door for Ice-T's breakout performance. One can only imagine how different, and possibly less gritty, the film might have been with Snipes' martial arts flair. The film's premise, inspired by Richard Connell's short story, The Most Dangerous Game, adds a survivalist twist by placing the protagonist in a deadly real-life hunting scenario. Soon after Doc Hawkins is killed, we see him in the background riding his ATV with the rest of the group. A huge crowd of the production crew can also be seen in this very same shot. In his first major film role, Ice-T went all in on the method acting approach, spending nights on the streets to get into character as a homeless man. He later admitted that the experience was both humbling and terrifying. Charles S. Dutton, playing one of the hunters, broke down in tears during a particularly emotional scene. The audience didn't know that those tears were real, stemming from a personal tragedy he had recently experienced. His raw performance added a surprising depth to his otherwise villainous character. Rutger Hauer reportedly kept his distance from Ice-T throughout filming, claiming it was to maintain the tension between their characters. While this sounds like a commendable dedication to craft, some suspect it was more about Hauer's method acting quirks than genuine camaraderie. Gary Busey, known for his eccentricities, delivered his intense, bore story monologue completely off script. The tale about his father's hunting lessons was so convincing and creepy that the crew decided to keep it in the film. Gary Busey's unpredictability paid off, giving the film one of its most memorable and unsettling moments. Rutger Hauer disclosed that Gary wrote his dinner monologue about his scar for the film, deviating from the original script where Hauer's character would establish dominance. His unexpected two-page monologue about his dog aimed to steal the scene. Hauer improvised by calling it bullshit during filming, impressing the director and cast. Ultimately, Busey's monologue stayed in the film, and Hauer's retort was omitted. During a location scouting trip, the director and some crew members got lost in the dense forests where the film was shot. They spent an unplanned night in the wild, which ironically helped them understand the film's survival theme on a very personal level. Let's call it an immersive research experience gone wrong. Thanks for watching.